Hello and welcome to a tutorial about how to use Google Maps. This tutorial will aid you in completing the project that I have assigned to you that includes pinning some of the other 252 explosions that occur at the hands of German saboteurs throughout the United States. So let's begin our tutorial. Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is to log into your Gmail account, and that's simply by going to gmail.com. Now, depending upon your settings and how you have your account set up, you may see a list like this, or you may be taken into the sign-in box. For my purposes, we're going to just click in one of the accounts that I am currently using. It already has my password saved on it, so I do not need to put it in, but you may be prompted to do that. So in order to launch Google Maps, you will need to go to the little grid pattern located in the upper right-hand corner of the screen and click on it. And you're going to look for Maps. Now, as you can see here, it is not one of the many choices, so we're going to click More. And once again, it is not one of the listed options here, so we're going to click Even More. Now, we're going to go down the list and look for Google Maps. It is located under Geo, and as you can see, it is located right here. So click on the link. Okay. Now, this particular piece shows you where you are currently located. In my case, it's showing New Jersey. So in order to create a new map in which we can define points on it, you're going to go to the hamburger symbol or these three lines, and you're going to click on that, and you're going to select the option entitled Your Places. Now, we're going to select Maps. And as you can see here, there's a number of maps that I have created for other things, but we're going to want to create a new map. So click on the Create Map link below. So this is the map creation screen of Google. First things first, I always tell my people and my students to name their map. So in the event of a power outage, you will always be able to find it because remember, Google saves it onto the cloud. So in this case, we're going to call it German saboteurs. Oh, we're going to give it a description. And you're going to click Save. As you can see, it is already listed up here. Now we can always choose our location. So we're going to choose Kingsland, New Jersey. As you can see, it has it right here. And we're going to click on that. Now I'm going to want to get a little bit more specific by giving additional details and telling it to add it to the map. Okay, now I can add my marker to the map, as which I just did, by simply clicking on this little upside down teardrop. This particular hand allows you to navigate it. This particular option allows you to get driving directions, and you can also measure distances between them. Now, let's add another point. And that's simply by telling it that maybe we want to use Liberty State Park as a reference point in Jersey City, New Jersey. Okay. Now we have a pin mark in Liberty State Park. And we're going to put a marker right there. And we're going to say what we want to call it. And we're going to call it Black Tom Explosion. Now we can give additional information about the explosion by typing it in here in this block, which I'm going to suggest that you do. And we're going to put July 30th, 1916. I could also add an image of the disaster. I could add a video. I could also type in a hyperlink here. Oops. I can also type in a hyperlink that will allow me to reference a particular website. But it does have to be in HTML code. Okay? Now, if you ever need to edit the text, as you saw me have to do, you have to click on this particular pencil. You also may find it handy when you're editing to put any sort of documentation that you have or anything that you want to reference in that particular piece. Okay? So you could also do add multiple layers to it, and that's basically putting like a film over it so that maybe you want to only see the ones that are in a particular area that are all close together so you can estimate the differences in size. Okay? So the other thing that we're going to do one additional one, and we're going to put in, for example, a Statue of Liberty. And we're going to add a marker to here. Now, if you want to always go in and edit it, you are more than welcome by simply clicking on your marker, like here, and clicking edit, and typing the word Statue of Liberty. And as I said, you can give an explanation. Okay. And you would always click save. If you wanted to change the style of that particular pin, you could make it purple. And that might be helpful for separating out particular, maybe you only want Black Toms in purple. Maybe you only want the locations that were destroyed as a result of the Kingsland explosion in yellow. And it's a way of easily sorting out. You could also use icons and images for this. And just briefly, we're just going to show you what you could do is adding a layer. Now, adding a layer is very simple and is not required for this particular option, but I would like you to work collaboratively to come up with different locations as well as figuring out the distance of those locations. And that is simply just clicking on this particular piece, renaming it, and we can call it distance, and we're going to click save. And on this particular piece, we could always tell it to import data, or we could have it as a measuring tool, and we're going to measure the Statue of Liberty from Kingsland to Ellis Island and over to Jersey City. So to Liberty State Park. So that would be what's called a polygon. And what I would want you to do is say Black Tom damage area and click save. Now I'm going to want you to do this for the other explosions. I'm going to recommend that you choose at least 5, and then you're going to share this particular thing with me, this particular map with me by simply clicking on share. Now you have two choices. You can make it public, or you can easily send me to the link or invite me. Now that's however you would like to do it is always more than welcome. But if you have any questions, feel free to call or email me. Thank you.